Welcome to The Long List, a podcast that celebrates movies and other pop culture through the storied art of rankings. No wrong answers, no bad opinions, and hot takes are always encouraged. I'm Josh Muller. Today I'm joined by my brother Jack Muller, and this episode is all about our favorite 2025 movies through this point in the year. Jack, happy recording day.
Hi. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Well,
we're at my house.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And thank you for having me.
Of course.
What do you think? I guess we'll just jump right into it. What do you think about the 2025 movie year so far?
I'm pretty into it. It's funny because this is the first year we've done this podcast, so I'm actively seeing a lot more movies. Post-COVID, I have literally not seen too many movies in the theaters. I've been actively streaming. It's just been I know that's not the greatest, but that's what I've been all about.
Yeah, I mean, COVID shook things up, man. Like, I think everybody's still trying to get back to some sense of normalcy. We might talk a little bit about that headspace later in this podcast.
I think so. But yeah, this is, I've gone to the movies more actively. I've been trying to and have been satisfied.
Yeah.
And like all of, I had a long list of probably 8 movies that I wanted to talk about, but,
TM,
we're only
patent
doing...
pending.
Huh?
Patent pending, long list.
Yes. But we're only doing 5. So that's a good sign that I've liked more than 5 movies to have to think about this.
Yeah, me too. And I was going to get to this later. My I have to look at it. My top 2 or 3 are rock solid, but my 4 through 10 pretty interchangeable.
Yeah,
and I had a bunch of ones that I did like. I agree. I think it's been a good movie year, sort of, so far. There's been a lot of I don't think we've gotten too many like great movies yet. And I think just based on I read articles, I listen to podcasts, I try to keep up with the rumors going on in, film festivals and things like that. We're going to touch on that in a little bit. So I think the second half of this year, and really we're already halfway through the year, well into it. So we'll call it the second, 2/5 of the year, whatever you want to call it, is going to be stacked, and there's going to be a lot of movies coming out.
Fall is going to be nuts.
It's going to be wild.
Fall and and I think
quote unquote the award season is going to be wild.
I know you have it later, but
let's just go for it.
What I was going to say later was, I know Oscar season always like blows up in fall and things like that, but this is really like there are like 7 to 10 movies that are coming out that are all right there that I'm very, very excited to see.
Expected to be players.
That are expected to be players. Not a lot from the first half.
Probably like 15 to 20 that are hoping to be players.
Yeah.
There's a lot of movies coming out, both big movies and, small art house movies too.
Right.
And I would say that while there's a lot of movies, well, how do I say this? There's definitely been a lot of good movies that have come out. And but I wouldn't say that it's been dominated like it has in the past few years with big franchise, particularly superhero movies. We've talked about this in the past. The big movies to me, or at least the ones that have caught the eye of, maybe it's just because it's a surprise, but caught the eye of the audience as a whole, have been Sinners, have been Weapons,
non-IP.
Yeah, like original, even stuff that is, this is IP, but even stuff like, I Know What You Did Last Summer, like, which is a remake, and like everybody was like, this is going to be stupid. It made a bunch of money,
Final Destination,
same deal. It made like way more money. Maybe it's a horror movie trend that, we should examine. But I will say that there have been a lot of movies that have kind of like broke through the zeitgeist that are not superhero movies or big IP movies. Like Superman did great in the theaters, but not too many people are talking about it anymore.
Yeah, I think there's a thing with this year. It's like movies are back, and then the summer came along. It didn't have any, or it had like a couple. It had 2 superhero movies, I guess.
Yeah,
which is enough. But
Superman did great, but I don't think Fantastic Four is really. I don't think people love that as much as everyone was hoping to love it.
Yeah, and also I don't think it as good as at the box office. I think it got relatively good reviews, but
sure,
box office it didn't crush like Superman.
Did you see either of them?
Saw Superman.
What'd you think?
I thought it was pretty mid. I was that one particular. I was a little bummed at James Gunn's PR going into it, being a little like, we're not going to do the MCU thing, and we're going to do this whole thing where blah blah blah. And then it was like, I don't know. It was just another
superhero. Just a James Gunn movie.
Yeah, it could have been an MCU movie, but it didn't have all the backlog of it, which is the good thing about the MCU, is that it has all this like foundation, and then you're like, ooh, I'm
good and
invested,
bad.
But
now it's starting to slog it down.
Right.
In the past, it was like, wow, I can't believe
in the glory years of the MCU was like everything is connected and blah blah blah. And this one was purposely thrown into you got to figure it out, and which I like. But at the end of the day, I just thought it was pretty basic.
Yeah,
and,
I liked it.
There were a lot of points that I like. I thought a lot of the comic relief was pretty flat.
Oh, I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I didn't love it. I liked it, and then I didn't really think about it ever again.
Right.
But I guess the best thing I can say about it is I will continue watching what is it? I think it's called the DCU.
Mm-hmm.
I will continue watching the DCU until they prove me otherwise. Whereas the MCU, I'm kind of out on. Like, I have to, I'm going to wait for streaming for these movies until I'm convinced to go back to them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't agree.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm more like DCU or MCU, sorry, pumps out movies. I don't need to watch them all.
Right.
But I'm more excited about Doomsday and anything else that they are making that sounds good to me than I am about anything DCU.
That's interesting.
Especially with the way that they've, James Gunn has gone on to say they're not going to link together. It's just going to be individual movies. So it's hard to really get excited.
And again, we're not going to talk about the MCU forever, but I could not be less excited for Doomsday.
The way this all came up in the first place in this discussion was talking about how this is a year so far of some really good non-IP movies.
And then
so we can get back to that and actually talk about that.
It really has been a good year of non-IP
and
movies.
And WB killed it, and now they no longer exist.
What do you mean? Oh, they got purchased, right?
They just got bought by Paramount, one of the biggest
media conglomerations.
Yeah, one of the biggest moves in a long time. I think Disney and Amazon, their acquiring of different things were huge. Wait, is Amazon Paramount?
I don't know.
All right, well, anyways.
This is why it's important to own physical media, Jack, and we'll talk more about this in a future episode.
Yeah.
Because they're all conglomerating together. That's not a word.
But that's how it's always been.
Yeah, but
there used to be 3
now. Huh?
There used to be 3.
3 what?
Movie studios back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
And they acquired each other, and they went on these different things, and there were these other things.
My point is,
this is the story of Hollywood, and so this is just kind of another thing.
I understand.
I don't think we all need to freak out about it.
I'm going to freak out about it.
Okay.
My point is that now they're all doing streaming services too, and dictating what movies we can watch. So that's why it's important for, as far as movies getting made. I agree with you.
But that's the same thing with cable. That was dictating what movies you could watch.
Yeah, but I wasn't aware of it back then. I was like 9. Now I'm aware of it. I'm self-aware.
Right. You're aware of it. It kind of makes sense. Oh, you're obviously not going to see some certain movies on streaming. You got to, I don't know.
That was a different time though. We, people would watch things on cable, but then would also go to Blockbuster and get whatever they wanted.
That's how I feel about streaming, is that I'm like, oh, I can watch this relatively new movie for $10 as opposed to 2 months ago having gone to the movies and seen it for $20. I'm not talking about art house. I'm not talking about little things. I'm just talking about, like, if I can watch Thunderbolts now on Disney Plus as opposed to going and paying $20 for it when I'm already paying however much money.
You're right. No, I agree with all that. I'm more talking about, I feel like, I can't believe we're arguing about this, but I feel like if I want to go watch What About Bob, some random 90s comedy, I can't, I have to go pay for it because unless it's streaming on some sort of service, and now they're all joining forces together and they're going to dictate what we can watch and what we can't watch. I don't want to have to rent that. I want to buy it. This is why it's important to buy physical media.
I don't think it's any different than it used to with cable and with Blockbuster. All right. You had two forms of purchasing movies that you didn't want to own, but you could still own the movies back in the day, right? You could go to the store, you could buy a VHS or a DVD. You could go to Blockbuster, you could rent it, or you could pay for cable in your house and happen to see a lot of the movies that you might want to see on cable. I think that's three different forms of watching movies. I don't think we're that far away from it in this time. I
Well-
think people are freaking out, and that's fine.
Okay, but
Like, to me, this is the most convenience where it's like, I can look up a movie. Oh, it's only $3 to watch this movie right now. Or, whoa, it's $10. I could just buy it and just have it on my Amazon account forever. Or if I really wanted to and really cared about it, I'm like, oh, I'm going to go get this on Blu-ray.
hell yeah.
Or, yeah. I mean, I'm still down for the physical media. I'm just like,
Sounds like you're not.
no, I'm very down for physical media as far as accumulating it. As far as watching new movies that I don't really, really, really need to see in the theater, I'm fine renting it for much less than I would see it in the theater.
Well, I'm not against that.
Well,
yeah.
I'm saying that there are all of these options, and I don't think that it's...
I still don't like that the studios are joining forces and dictating what we can watch, while we have to spend money to buy their services, and then they don't give us the movies that we want to watch. And most people still have cable. Smart ones will cut the cord, but some people still have cable and are paying for Netflix and are paying for HBO Max
that's
and
not
are paying.
That's their own fault.
Well, okay, but yeah, that's like what these services are about. Yeah.
I'm fine renting a movie for $3.
Yeah.
2 months into it being released in the theaters, as opposed to
Well, that's extreme.
having to
It's
go
not
pay
usually
$15 for it.
No, I'm fine with that. It's not usually $3 2 months into the theaters. Usually they're like 20 when they first come out. Then they lower it to 10 for a while. That's fine. Like that's fine. I'm not necessarily talking about the new movies, because yeah, I mean you could go see it in the theaters, and I have 4 kids.
Yeah,
I
you're
have
talking
2
about
kids, so
looking
that's
for
4
movies?
tickets. I'm talking about looking for like
But
when
is
all
that
the
different than renting movies
well.
back in the day when you needed to go to Blockbuster?
All right, we're back. I don't know how the transition is, but we had a little technical difficulty in the apartment, and we are back. To wrap up the conversation, Jack's wrong and I'm right about this.
God damn it.
No, I hear what you're saying. It's not that different. I don't know. It feels scummy, and I wasn't aware of it as a kid. As a kid, I just went to the movie store and got whatever movie I wanted. Now, you're right. I could rent it online, but I still feel like I'm, serving the greater powers of the corporations that are...
Yeah, well, I mean, but Blockbuster was its own private entity that wasn't any of the movie studios.
You're
So
right.
There's at least it's the movie studios that have these apps and things that make you want to.
But then they're all, I don't know, they're all coming together. I just don't like it, Jack.
I feel you.
All right,
I'm a sucker for convenience, though.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong about that. All right, we're switching gears here because we got a little we lost the plot a little bit. Domestic box office. The top 5 leaders: Minecraft, Lilo and Stitch, Superman, Jurassic World, Rebirth, and Sinners. I only saw 2 of those movies, if I'm being totally honest, and don't really have much interest in seeing the other 3.
Yeah, I saw 3 of them.
I think my kids saw the Minecraft. You saw Jurassic World.
Yeah, Jurassic World was all right.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have zero interest
Very
in seeing Lilo and Stitch. I just the copy paste live action remakes I just have no interest in seeing them.
Haven't seen one in a while.
They haven't been good, and they did the How to Train Your Dragon one this year too. It's just like I heard it was the exact same movie. The animated movie is great. So
yeah,
Sinners is dope. I'm glad that's in the top 5. Some of the bigger film festivals have already started to come out. Cannes was a while ago. Sundance was a while ago. We had TIFF recently. We had Venice recently. Telluride, yeah. And a lot of interesting rumors coming out of that. So just briefly, again, movies that have come out so far, I don't think there's many that will be factors in the Oscar race, which is a little weird. It's not that weird. Most people...
Best Picture, you're saying, though.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, because I do think we have some technical and
Definitely.
yeah.
Sorry, I should have clarified
No.
myself. It's for the big awards. Probably not two movies that have come out yet, and that's not. It's always been a trend where you kind of have the Oscar movies towards the end of the year. The big.
But this is
a bit extreme. I feel. Yeah. So
I am so excited.
me too. And excited and like a little bit bummed that we don't have a few more of these movies to talk about. But anyway, I would say I'd be very surprised if Sinners isn't in the running because it was
Me
a
too.
great movie. It was reviewed well. It was an original movie, and audiences love it.
I think there will be riots in the streets if Sinners doesn't get nominated. for
Yeah,
Best Picture.
and to be fair, we haven't seen the movies yet that are going to come out.
No.
So, I reserve the right to change my mind. But at this point, it's very clearly in the running.
Well, and by me saying that, I really mean that I think we've turned a little bit of a corner recently with the Oscars where we can expect certain blockbusters if they are highly regarded in multiple aspects to be making it in. Now
I
that
agree.
we've got 10.
Now that we've got 10,
If we're nominating the second Avatar for Best Picture, if we're nominating things like that, Sinners should make it in.
I agree. And I don't have any metric for this, but it also seems like there's like one crowd pleaser that makes it in every year.
Yeah.
And
But I think there's more than that.
I do too.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll see. Eddington,
I think it's out.
a little divisive, but a lot of people love it.
I love it. It was ghost.
Yeah.
After 3 months, nobody talking about
Yeah.
it, which was a big bummer. I think it's a more significant film. I'm pulling for that 10 years down the road. People are going to be talking about this. I don't see how we're going to be talking about Eddington later, but a big point I have is I don't see how you talk about COVID and our time right now through film 10 years down the line, and this doesn't get brought up.
Oh, I agree with that. I also, you
Significant.
never know. Towards the end of the year, there are campaigns. You never know. It could have a second life.
Well, here's my campaign speech about A20. Well, about A24 is they've got Smashing Machine and they've got Marty Supreme.
I think
that
they might
is-
have a couple others too, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but Marty Supreme, Smashing Machine,
Both Safdie
brothers. First time, maybe not the first time, but finally like working individually as opposed to as collaborators. 2 sports movies, one with The Rock and Emily Blunt, and the other with Timothy Chalamet. I don't see how they're not putting all their money into making this their Oscar push.
I would agree. If they're gonna back something, they're probably not gonna back the one that, admittedly, whether you like it or not, was divisive.
Right.
So, the other movie that has come out that maybe could be a factor, I haven't seen it yet. You have. Is Weapons. It's been a huge hit. It's been reviewed extremely well. It's it's definitely a genre horror movie, and I don't think everybody would love it, but I don't think we could just take it out of the running yet because so far the people that have seen it, near 100% approval rating. So,
yeah, it would be dope, but
it's a long
I also
shot.
don't
I would
need
think.
that to happen. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
do.
like this movie. This movie is totally great without ever being touched by the Oscars, and will be because of the theatrical experience.
And
which-
while it was popular and made a lot of money, it wasn't to the extent that Sinners was popular and made a lot of money. And I don't think they're similar movies,
is
but they're
more
in similar genres where it's
they're
like a
in
horror.
similar genres, but
Yeah. No,
Sinners just went off on a whole thing.
it did. Yeah. So, all right. Anyway, touching on movies that we think could be in the running. First, the big ones, the big like popular studio movies. There's a new Avatar movie, Fire and Ash, coming out. The last 2 Avatars have been nominated. I think that's a strong possibility. The new Wicked movie's coming out. The last Wicked movie, which was last year, hugely popular, didn't win a lot of awards at the Oscars, and I feel like people were kind of thinking, well, we're going to push for part 2. Whether that works out or not, we'll have to see.
Interesting.
And then,
Because I hear the second half is going to be a little more difficult. I don't know the story actually. I'm not actually too familiar with other than the first half of this movie. But I hear it's going to be tougher to pull off.
I also hear the big difference between part 1 and part 2 is they did all the biggest songs in part 1.
Oh yeah.
So as far as popularity and what people know, like Gravity or whatever that song's called. They did it in this one. So whether it comes back in the next one, who knows? But so could be I don't know. I'm not like
Well, the best parts of musicals, in my opinion, are always the second act callbacks to the first act songs.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I mean, they'll probably put some of those songs in again,
Right.
but I think they've extended it out a little bit, and they're putting more original songs in the second one. So we'll see. Who knows?
Oh,
I not sure. Don't quote me on it. If I'm wrong about that,
Hey.
I'm wrong about that. And then we have a Bruce Springsteen movie coming out, musical biopic. You and I are both always a little scared about musical biopics. We'll see. I've heard good things. I've heard bad things. What I will say is this is definitely the traditional movie that the Academy likes to reward, but also the Academy has changed in
Shifting.
votership over the last few years, so you just never know. It's becoming much
I think
more.
that one's out.
You think it's out?
I think it's out.
I'm okay with that.
I
'cause-
think it's out because I don't think A Complete Unknown from last year wouldn't have gotten the traction without the performance by Timothy Chalamet, and I don't think Homie's got that in this one.
Well, yeah,
necessarily.
we'll see.
We'll see.
I also, you and I don't want to hammer this point home, but you and I are both a little skeptic about biopics, and I'm specifically skeptic about musical biopics. And when it was coming out, A Complete Unknown was getting great reviews, and we saw it. We both really liked it. This one, it's early, but I feel like the reviews are a bit more mixed. So while I will see it and I'm looking forward to it, at least to have an opinion on it, I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's like as sure of a bet.
Also, as far as the contenders, I think there's a lot more
Yeah.
going on here.
So let's get to a few more of them. So these are some of the smaller movies that maybe people don't know about as much. I don't know about all of them beyond just hearing their names and what's coming out with about. Noam Baumbach has a movie called Jay Kelly coming out. You mentioned each of the Safdie brothers respectively have a new movie. Guillermo del Toro has a new Frankenstein movie coming out, which I've heard recent rumors that that's maybe not as good as I would have liked.
I hear
it
it's
to be.
bad.
Yeah, I've heard
I
the
hear
same
it's
thing.
bad.
Yeah, like not good, and
Yeah.
looks bad too, which is a weird thing for.
I hear there's bad CGI,
Yeah.
which Del Toro does a lot of practical usually, which is why.
Yeah, his movies always look great, so I'm a little bit nervous. I was kind of
I think it's
excited
out.
about that movie.
Man,
Chloe Zhao has a new movie coming out, Hamnet.
Hell
That's
yeah.
getting really good reviews. Apparently,
I'm
that's
down.
yeah, me too.
I'm super down. I feel like we haven't had a period romance epic something like what I've heard about this movie in a while. And
What did you hear about it? Because
I hear that what do you mean? Like as far as the story?
yeah,
The story is about William Shakespeare and his wife losing a child.
That's what I heard.
And writing, and thus he writes Hamlet.
right. That's what I heard. I
yeah.
think it's a book too.
Yes, it was a book first.
Yeah. Okay.
100%.
So
and
a lot of
apparently a
people
very good book.
Yeah.
Sorry, we haven't read it. Or I haven't read it.
So again, we touched on the film festivals. I don't know which film premiered at which film festival. We're not going to go deep dive like that. But this came out of its respective film festival with a lot of fanfare.
Yeah. And even before that was like, oh, this is going to be a thing. And then it was at the film festival, which still we're like, all right. Like when things happen at film festivals, we're like, oh, but you can't trust it.
No, it's like
the standing
oh, great.
ovation thing
Right.
is not a thing. Yeah, you could. I mean, we should list all. I mean, I couldn't tell you right now, but we could list some crazy movies that got 10-minute long standing ovations that are
that
absolutely
are
awful.
bad.
Yeah. But Hamnet, I think we're looking good for Hamnet.
Yeah, the buzz is strong.
Yeah.
Yorgos has a new movie coming out pretty soon, I think, called Begonia. I saw the trailer; looks really good.
It's really good.
I heard
Jesse Plemons is
supposed to be great.
Supposed to be great. I think he's going to be.
So it's him
nominated.
and why can't
Emma
I think?
Stone.
Thank you. Oh my goodness! And she's always great in everything she's in. So
Yeah.
and she's like Yorgos's muse.
Yeah.
So you're probably going to get two really strong performances in
Right.
that movie, and it
And I
looks
think it's
weird and creepy and good.
It's about like kidnapping a big CEO, and I don't know. Feels
It feels very of the time.
Yes.
Well, also that guy's crazy, and I think he thinks she's an alien.
yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I'm in.
Nice.
I don't
I'm
care.
Super in.
It was just an accident. Directed by Jafar Panahi, won the Palme d'Or at Cannes. Not crazy significant, but in the last 5 years, we've had a couple Palme d'Or winners win Best Picture. Anora was one. Parasite was one. And then, again, I wasn't there. I don't know. But from what I'm hearing, Sentimental Value, which won the Grand Prix, the second prize, is getting crazy good hype, too.
Yeah.
I watched the trailer for that. It looks great. Looks like a father reckoning with his daughters late in life. And having hopefully a reconciliation of their relationship. It's by the same director that did Worst Person of the World, which I have not seen, and everybody says is amazing. So that's very high on my watch list. Looks like it's the same star actress too. I'm not 100% sure about that. Oh, it is. Okay, great. There's a bunch of others. Any others that you have written down that you want to talk about?
Yeah, No Other Choice. Park Chan-wook's new film. Everybody is saying
Everybody's
this
loving
might
that.
be the one that he finally gets recognized for.
Yeah.
Because he has made a lot of great films over the years, and hasn't had a lot of Academy appreciation.
And especially lately, there's usually one or two or possibly three foreign language films
I hear it's
in the
great.
Best Picture.
House of Dynamite, Karen Bigelow's
yeah.
new film, which is going to be premiering on Netflix. It's Netflix usually these days has a contender in there as well.
Yeah.
It is about a missile headed towards the White House.
Right.
And you're in the White House with all these political people.
Well, Catherine Bigelow movies, sign us up.
Yes. It's got your girl, Rebecca Ferguson.
Rebecca Ferguson. Yeah.
My bad.
Definitely saw that.
Yeah. Idris Elba's in it. Greta Lee from Past Lives.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And apparently Netflix has a lot of movies to push this year, but
Yeah.
what I've heard is that this is the best. So this might be the
I'm
one
pretty
they push.
excited. But even if I don't even care about the whole Oscar part of this, I'm
just looks great.
Extremely excited for this.
Oh, yeah.
movie. And well, excited it's premiering on Netflix. All I gotta do is as soon as it hits, I just gotta press play on my TV. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't disagree with you.
Have a nice TV.
Yeah. I kind of want to see that in the theaters, but there's so many movies that I'm going
I
to
don't think
need
it's
to
gonna be in
watch
the
in the theaters. It might be in the theaters. You never know. They might release it. But anyway, even still, I'd like to see a movie like that in the theaters,
Yeah.
but practically speaking, there's a lot of time that, I'm going to have to spend a lot of money to go see all these movies. So I'm definitely watching that one on my couch.
Last one I got down is Testament of Anne Lee, which is
I don't know that one.
a drama musical
Okay.
starring Amanda Seyfried.
Oh.
About
Oh, I
Anne
heard about
Lee,
this.
who is the founder of the Shaker movement, church.
Yeah,
the
like
Shakers.
Well, they're like a Quaker offshoot,
They're the
right?
Quakers, except they shake because they do, dancing and shouting and physical movement when
Oh.
they're being controlled by by the Lord or whatever. So they're called Shakers. Anyways, it's a musical. We'll see. I
Yeah.
hear it's relatively good. Those are the ones I got down.
A lot of movies, and we didn't even hit them all. So it should be fun to watch all these as they come out. It's going to be a mad dash to the finish line. I usually try to play catch up at the end of the year anyway,
Yeah.
but I tried to stay up to date as much as I could throughout the year, and it's just going to be a bloodbath.
I'm very I know when things are happening now, so I think I'll.
Oh, we didn't even mention One Battle After Another is coming out.
Well, after that is coming out, man. It's about
Man.
to fucking win everything.
That's going to win it all.
We are both seeing it on the same day in separate theaters,
Yeah.
both 70 millimeter. You in probably our favorite theater that we've ever been to,
The Grand Lake.
the Grand Lake Theater, old historic. Me
In
at
IMAX.
In IMAX. I'm sorry. I just happened to tune in, and there were literally. I'm not kidding you. There were only 2 seats that I would consider buying in this theater left to buy. And I was like, okay, this is
This
a
is
sign.
fate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, should we? I mean, there's a reason we're trying to see that. So we're seeing it on Wednesday before it premieres. There's like a little sneak preview with these 2 theaters. And we're circling a Paul Thomas Anderson episode shortly thereafter
Yeah.
with our buddy Graham.
Yeah.
That should be fun. So
We're
anyway,
very excited.
we're really excited to do that one. But anyway, back to the task
This might be
at
the
hand.
one.
What do you mean?
I don't know, man. He could win it all.
Oh, for PTA?
Like, what if? Yeah, okay. We just literally broke down all these movies.
And then PTA comes in and sweeps everything. It's getting good reviews.
It's getting good reviews. People are saying big things. What if it happens? What if it's just picture, director, actor,
I mean, they're gonna have to give it to him
supporting
eventually.
or lead actress, because I hear that she's great, but I don't know which one she qualifies for because I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna have to give him one eventually. I just, I don't know. I don't. You know me, in that I don't think it should be this way. Just action thriller don't really speak to me as like Oscar winner contender. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you know my thoughts shortly thereafter. We see it on Wednesday the 24th, and I'll let everyone know our thoughts on Tuesday the 30th. Whatever the Tuesday is following that Wednesday is when the episode's going to be out. So I'm excited. Anyway, we've talked longer than we should have on all this stuff. Let's get back to the task at hand. So not much to talk about how we organize this movie. These are just our 5 favorite movies of the year so far. There might be some repeats. Jack and I are only giving 5 movies each, but we don't know what the other ones is. If we do have the same movie, whoever has it ranked higher will both talk about it at that point. So we'll handle that if and when it comes up. Other than that, let's take a quick break, and then we'll come in and give our lists.
Cool. Sounds good.
All right. See you in a bit. All right, we're back. Ranking the movies. I say we just jump right into it.
Let's do it.
All right. Do you want to give your number 5 movie of the year, Jack?
Yeah, my number 5 movie of the year was F1.
F1. Nice.
Yeah.
I have it higher.
Okay.
So we agreed we're going to skip it and talk it
I
then.
know.
We've never done this before.
I know. I actually meant to say earlier, like, should we like really talk this out really fast?
Nope, it's too late. I have it higher.
Okay.
Okay, we'll talk about it then.
Cool.
And I'll let you lead the discussion. I have my number 5 movie as Freaky Tales, which is written and directed by Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck, stars Pedro Pascal, Ben Mendelsohn, Jay Ellis, Singer Normani, and a bunch of others. Awesome cameo from Tom Hanks. Have you seen it?
I watched it last night.
Oh, sick. So I just got to say, I think that Tom Hanks scene was written specifically for us. Tom Hanks, Oakland guy, wearing a Colonial Donuts shirt in a movie store, gives his top 5 underrated movie or underdog movies. I was just like, this scene is speaking to me. You clearly didn't like it. I could tell from your face.
It was one of the best scenes think I've ever seen in a movie. I did not like the movie.
Yeah, I get that's not for everybody.
Yeah.
I thought the movie was awesome. It's okay. Just so everybody knows, it's really campy. It's at times very poorly acted. It's extremely cartoonishly violent. And I loved it. It was like the most Oakland movie ever. They kept doing, reference after reference after reference. It's an anthology action comedy ? And so basically it's a bunch of interconnecting stories that, have minor connections.
Okay, but it's billed as an anthology.
Yeah.
Like you're getting different points.
Sure.
And then they happen to interconnect sometimes, but not all of them.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
So it's not.
Anthology asterisk.
You do your thing.
I loved it.
I might have some talks.
I mean, everything you are going to say about it's probably true.
Well, you've already said a bunch of the things, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's not for everybody. It's definitely a weird, wild movie, and I also think that like if you're not from Oakland, it might be a little too niche. But I am, so it was speaking to me. I'm going to give you all the points that I noticed from Oakland. Tom Hanks, already mentioned he's wearing a Colonial Donuts shirt. Sleepy Floyd is an actual basketball player from the 80s. Obviously, he's not he's a character in the movie played by an actor. Great. They go to the Gilman, which is, a punk rock venue that's very famous in the East Bay. The Grand Lake plays a huge part in it, and also they kept showing the movie forever at the Grand Lake specifically. Awesome. Lord's Ice Cream was in it. Marshawn Lynch was in it. The Mormon Temple, the Coliseum, which made me sad. A band pretending to be Operation Ivy was in it. Too Short narrated it, and apparently it's named after his 1987 song that inspired the title. So I loved it. I mean, if you didn't like it, you're not going to find any arguments from me because it was very wild, but I loved it.
For me personally, it was one of the more frustrating watching experiences of a movie I've had in a long time. Because of a lot of things. I will say, I thought there were a couple of really good performances, namely Ji Young Yoo and Normani. I thought both of them were extremely good. I think it's a brilliant story, and I was just extremely bummed that it wasn't just told linearly. I think if they had put the filmmakers, and this is going to sound a little harsh, but I think if they had put like 15% more into just like making this one story, it wouldn't have been that hard. They could have had the small stories of the Gilman. They could have the small stories of the two young women who, were in the band and battle rapped with Too Short.
Yeah.
They could have just spliced that in there and mixed it all up and just made it like one story, as opposed to being like giving these little things and not having a lot of like time with them and knowing that it's a quote unquote anthology. So I'm like, oh, I'm watching this right now. Well, at the beginning of the movie, I knew it was going to be an anthology, and it was like, oh, I'm not going to have that much time with these people. And it's relatively fleeting. And then they kind of came back into importance at the end, but at the time, I don't know.
Yeah.
Didn't
I
do
mean,
that well.
yeah, I don't disagree. I do disagree because I loved it.
Right.
But like, I hear what you're saying, and you're not wrong.
I just think this could have been the greatest Oakland movie ever made. And there's no Oakland movies, and there's like literally 200 New York movies. And so this Oakland movie coming out and then just trying to like name every Oakland thing that you could possibly think of was a little like much when done in this context. I saw so much potential, and I love so much of it.
Yeah.
But
I guess I just...
And it was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood at the end. Like, it was a direct ripoff, including the like streets leading up to the big fancy house.
Yeah.
It's very much a ripoff of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Well, Quentin Tarantino has been known to rip off some people too, so we'll call it an homage. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. I had such a blast watching it. Like, that's, to me, I don't want to sound like I'm like disparaging your take. But,
No, please.
I think you kind of got to turn your brain off a little bit and just enjoy the ride. Like, if anybody's going to like this...
I didn't enjoy the ride, though.
Yeah,
my brain wasn't really on that much. I hated the whole like violent scene with the Gilman thing. I thought it was just like dumb and like looked bad.
I loved it.
And it was just like, let's just get this. I loved the story. And I just wanted to see it in a different way once I knew what was going on. And I don't know why they presented it like it was going to be an anthology, and then they broke that halfway through the movie. It wasn't it. They did part 1, part 2, totally different stories. They did part 3, part 4, kind of. It just wasn't consistent. It was frustrating to watch.
Yeah, I will respectfully disagree.
It's okay.
All right, what's your number 4?
My number 4 movie of the year is 28 Years Later.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Directed by Danny Boyle.
Haven't seen it.
Written by Alex Garland, starring Alfie Williams, who's like a little kid who's like 14, who does great. Aaron Taylor Thomas, who's Aaron Taylor Thomas. Jodie Comer is great. And then with a banger third act film stealing performance by Ralph Fiennes out of nowhere.
Yeah, heard that.
This movie is crazy. I love the first one. I'm not a big horror movie guy, but I would have always put this probably in my top 5 horror movies. 28 Days Later, that is, just because it's a little understated. It's very thrillery. It's got some really, really good dialogue. It's shot interestingly, and then it's extremely scary. So I watched it over the weekend and was up in our cabin, and it was daytime, and I'm like, got nothing to do right now. It's daytime. I'm going to throw on this scary horror movie.
Let's do it.
I was not ready.
Oh.
Right off the bat, I was like, oh, this is really intense.
Oh.
Really gory, really gnarly. But then becomes all these different things. Like you get the gnarly zombie stuff a bunch, probably more than 28 Days Later. But then you've got this crazy elevated like storyline and acting performances, and visually it is incredible. It is shot on Don't know what the iPhone is.
Yeah, I
but
heard.
it's shot on the newest iPhone.
Yeah.
And
Inspiring.
yeah, and it has these. He's just going for it. Like Danny Boyle, I didn't know he had this in the bag at this point. Last movie was Yesterday. Didn't like it that much.
Yeah, I didn't like that much either.
I mean, some of his movies are here and there. He's obviously extremely influential as far as like a 90s independent director.
Yeah.
And he's doing all of that and 10 times more. He's doing like crazy whip pans in action moments. He's doing like found footage of old movies.
Ooh.
He's doing as well as like found audio of things cutting in there. Smash cuts to like infrared terrifying like zombie things in the middle of the woods.
Oh my
like
God.
in the middle of scenes that aren't that. Huge wide shots, which I think is part of the iPhone thing, is that you can get interesting wide shots with
Aspect
different-
ratios.
yeah, with different like focus like on smaller things. I don't know.
Wild.
Movie's really intense with a bunch of really good imagery, and yeah, Ralph Fiennes shows up. A certain moment early into the movie, you get a. I don't want to spoil too much, but you know Ralph Fiennes is going to be in it eventually.
Right. He was marketed.
He's marketed. And there's kind of a mysterious character. They essentially tell you that it's going to be Ralph Fiennes. You get like 5 seconds of him, very small. I don't even know if you see the front of him. And it's just somebody like telling the story about his character. And he does something, and I'm like, this is going to be incredible. Just by one thing that he does, no dialogue. He's far away and small. He does one little thing. I'm like, this is probably going to be great. And then in his first 1 minute on screen, you're like, this is amazing.
We did it.
Yeah. Amongst all the other just like really good things about the
Yeah.
film, there's a lot of nitpicky stuff. Not a lot, but there's some big things of just like,
Number
why would
4.
anybody ever do this?
Right.
But
Well, so I haven't seen it. And this came up in another podcast. The reason I haven't seen it is because I haven't seen the other movies. And you were
I haven't seen the
shocked and
second one.
chagrined. Okay, so do you think can I watch this movie without having seen?
you should watch the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been on the list for a while.
I hear the I can't remember why, but I hear the second one is a little like,
That's what I hear too. But I
but
still
the
want to
first one
watch
is
it.
really solid.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed to say
Like
I didn't
there's
see
no
it when it came
nitpicks.
out, and then
It's
it was
just
like
tight.
horror movie, so I didn't watch it, and now I'm behind the gun.
As tight as the first one is, this one is more expansive and is very successful at it.
Awesome.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, so I'm on number 4. Yes,
Yeah.
Predator, Killer of Killers.
Haven't seen it.
Another anthology movie, weirdly, and it's animated in a very cool animation style. Directed by Dan, I don't know if I'm going to say this right, Trottenberg. It's an action, horror, thriller, anthology animated movie. And basically, the premise is, again, I don't know how much I want to give away, but the Predators are taking various people throughout time and history that have killed a predator and bringing them to their planet to become the killer of killers. Sort of. Like that's like kind of like where we're headed. But
So they're trying to find their match
kind of.
and
yeah. I don't want to get too
study
much
from it?
Yeah, well, it's more of like a ceremonial thing. Oh, jeez, you're right.
I was sipping right during that. I don't know why that made me laugh so much. It's just like,
Sorry. So anyway, so the first one is like a Viking Norse sort of a story, and when I'm watching it, I was like kind of bummed that like this was going to turn into a Predator movie because I was so into the Norse story that they were telling, and then it turns into a Predator killing everybody. Then I was like, never mind, we're good. This is
Yeah,
great.
right.
The second one takes place in feudal Japan. It's with samurai. It's awesome. Third one's not as good. It's in the air and it's like a World War, I'm guessing, II fighter plane thing. It was still good, but it wasn't as good as the first two. And then the last one is like kind of finished on the Predator planet, and it was awesome. I mean, you know me, I love the original Predator,
Same.
and I've loved many of the Predator sequels, although I still have not seen them all. I'll get to them when we do our Predator episode. it was just awesome. It was great going back to that. They add more lore to what's going on
Yeah.
behind the Predators. And,
I had a coworker recently bring up the Predator lore. He's like, "Hey, you into the Predator lore?" As if we were talking about like a drug dealer or something. "Hey, you into the Predator lore?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's just like, "Oh, it just like goes pretty deep." I'm like, "Well, I dig Alien and things like." He's like, "Yeah. Well, it splits off, and you can't really call the." And I'm like, "This guy is speaking my language. I didn't even know we were this far."
We're now best friends.
Yes.
No. So it was just, it was just a really fun movie. It's, again, just like, well, not just like, but much like Freaky Tales, I don't think this movie's for everybody. It's a animated anthology Predator movie. Let's call a spade a spade. But I had a blast.
Anthology movies.
You don't like anthology
I
movies?
don't.
Well,
We talked about this with French Dispatch on the Wes Anderson podcast.
oh, yeah, we did.
You know,
Yeah.
if one's going to be not as good as the others, or one thing trips you up,
Risky.
and and it's also okay. I'm going to go back to Freaky Tales really fast.
That was my number 5.
People just made Captain Marvel, or was it The Marvels? Which one?
One of them.
One
I think
of
it
those
was Captain
two. An MC movie.
Marvel.
Didn't do well. Whatever. But these people got a lot of clout. Or, they got a lot of whatever. Why not just make a movie?
They did, man. Freaky Tales. It was
No,
awesome.
Why not just make a whole story? Why you got to make like 4 anthology movies?
Trying to do something weird and awesome, and it worked.
For some.
All right, fair enough. What's your number 3?
Oh,
I mean, there's not much to say about the Predator movie.
Yeah.
It's a Predator movie. There's a lot of cool kills.
honestly really bummed
It's
I haven't
super
seen it.
violent.
Yeah.
It's great.
My number 3 is Weapons.
Weapons. I am embarrassed to say I haven't seen it, so I'm going to let you cook here.
Directed by Zach Krager, starring Julie Garner, Josh Brolin, Aiden Eidenreich. Is that how you pronounce his name?
I don't know.
Alden Eidenreich. Benedict Wong,
Oh,
our dude.
our guy.
Yeah. By the time this podcast has come out, I think that the majority of people have heard that this movie is really good. And I just want to fully support that. It is a psychological fantasy thriller horror movie that takes its time, does a lot of interesting things. It's about a bunch of kids who vanish mysteriously. They're all in the same class. And then becomes kind of this Julie Gardner is their teacher, and she becomes the prime subject for, I won't spoil too much, but for not a lot of reasons
Yeah,
other than that she is their teacher.
right.
Yeah, there are reasons. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. Don't spoil the lead, though.
It's really hard to talk about this movie.
But you liked it.
I loved it. I thought that though it was talked about, the big thing behind this movie for me was the performances.
Oh,
I thought Julie Gardner was great. Josh Brolin is incredible. Honestly, probably
that guy, he's really our guy.
he is. And I love him as a person. It's not like he's doing that much different in this movie than we've seen him, but it really, really works.
I just love when he's in a movie.
Me too. I love watching him. I think it's one of my favorite performances of the year.
Nice.
And then there's like a surprise performance that people have probably heard about.
I haven't. Don't tell me. I'm embarrassed to say I haven't seen this movie. You know that my wife is like anti-horror. I'm not a big horror guy either. When this started taking off in the theaters, tried to convince her to go with me. She didn't do it. And then schedules got complicated and I couldn't go myself. So I will see it probably late at night when she falls asleep, and I'll rent it. And I will give you my thoughts on a future podcast. I really want to see it. I just haven't got to it yet.
Yeah. And Becky will not like this movie.
Right. You told me that right out of the gate.
I mean, just the fact that there are like 17 children missing involved.
Right.
Does
great.
enough. I mean, for parents, this movie is gnarly.
Right.
It's incredibly triggering, I'm guessing. I mean, for any human, let alone parents.
Man, I'm good.
You're fine. You'll be good. The performance I was alluding to was by Amy Madigan,
Oh, geez, just ruin it.
who you probably know from Field of Dreams.
The mom?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
She's back.
She's back.
Role of a lifetime.
Whoa. Hey.
role of a lifetime.
Okay.
I think she should be nominated for certainly
Something?
Best Supporting Actress.
Let's start the campaign. Man.
I was triggered by multiple things by this, just by being a child and thinking of growing up. There's one scene in particular that was really gnarly. I don't know. Again, I can't talk about it too much.
Yeah. You liked it. You liked the performances. It was awesome. Scared you. Good stuff.
Ending is absolutely incredible. People also say this movie is like really funny.
You didn't.
Wouldn't go as far. I wouldn't go as far.
Not your experience.
Yeah. There are some really good laugh out loud moments, and the kind of I don't know about the denouement, but the ending. What's the word I'm looking for?
Climax.
Okay. Is pretty laugh out loud, enjoyable, and funny.
Nice.
That's all I'll say.
Nice. Okay, great. All right, let's take another quick break, and then we'll finish it off. All right, my number 3, get ready to talk, is F1. Directed by Joseph Krasinski, same guy that did Top Gun Maverick, my favorite movie of all time. That's a joke, but not barely a joke. Stars Brad Pitt, Damson Idris, Kerry Condon, and Javier Bardem. And I don't know, I'm going to let you talk a little bit. To me, this is movie stars, fast cars, and loud noises.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to get more complicated than that for me. I'll let you talk.
For people who haven't seen it and hear those three things, it's the best of those three things. Like, if you're going to ever see a movie that is like that, see this one.
Right.
It's an absolute thrill ride.
Yeah.
Let's just start off by saying a couple negatives. Maybe.
I guess, if you have any.
There are some... it's very formulaic.
Very.
Which I don't really care that much about in movies.
Neither do I.
The writing is a little...
It's not the best.
It's not, and there are certain scenes where, with everything going for it, it feels like the writing is a little bit holding it back.
Yeah.
As far as like the non-action scenes, obviously.
Sure.
I'm not talking about writing as far as setup and story, but
You're talking actual dialogue.
I'm talking about dialogue.
Right.
Which doesn't get the best performance out of Brad Pitt. But at the
Sure.
same time,
But-
I never care what Brad Pitt is doing because I love seeing him in any movie.
Yeah.
But I feel like there are these back and forth scenes that if it was written better,
would have taken it to maybe
would've-
to a little bit.
Which
yeah.
I think is what Top Gun Maverick has for a lot of it.
Yeah,
is
I do
that
think
there-
Top Gun Maverick's better.
There are some really good dialogue back and forths. This, like, I watch certain scenes and I'm like, ooh, man, they're just there.
Yeah.
That being said, love the movie. I mean,
Had a blast.
It made my top 5 too.
Right, exactly. I also saw it in IMAX, and so like that might make a difference to where I don't care as much about, because I was just like, my hair is getting, well, I don't have any hair, but my face is getting blown back because
You got hair on the back of your neck.
yeah,
That's
and it was
goddamn
raised and blowing in the
Yeah.
F1 track. Yeah, it was great. There are some complaints that are, I guess, legitimate that I've heard other people say where it's, like you said, too formulaic, little basic, whatever. I mean, movies should challenge you. Movies should rack your brain. They should, whatever. All that stuff is true. But, it's also okay to just go watch a big blockbuster on the biggest
Yeah.
screen possible with loud noises and movie stars.
And I'm the type of person who would be turned off by these things that I'm talking about, and I'm not turned off. Like, it was so fun.
Yeah, I had a
And
blast.
it was and I feel like I did have those moments that were lacking in dialogue, those creative like sparks or like things where I felt like I was kind of like learning or surprised in the racing scenes.
Yeah.
Because of, I think my favorite part of the movie was that it's kind of like a trope in, I don't know about sports movies, but movies in general or process movies where somebody is doing something that is kind of like breaking the rules, but not totally, to kind of like break the game and win.
Yeah.
And that is Brad Pitt's whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like I knew nothing about F1 going into this movie.
No. And you don't have to.
And I don't know, can I talk a little spoilers
I
here?
think with this movie specifically, we can spoil a little bit because
Okay.
it's very formulaic. If you don't know what you're getting at a F1 sports movie, I don't know what to tell you.
Right. And this is something that happens in one of the first races, but you learn that Brad Pitt's doing something and everybody's like, oh my God, what is he doing? He's out here. He had a false start on the line, blah, 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 and all this stuff. And then it turns out that he's like the only one still going because everybody is stopping to wait at the actual start point.
Right.
So because he is still going and everybody is just waiting for him, everybody is stalled. But he's the only one with his car still moving, so he's got the trajectory,
Right.
even if it's slow.
Right.
And then he's off, and then he's like...
There are several points
and
in
there's
the movie.
a bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah, where he's like the old wily veteran with all the tricks up his sleeve that people
Love
don't
it.
see. It was great.
Yeah.
I had a blast, and he's I wouldn't say it's his best performance, but he's just being. We say this all the time. He's just being movie star Brad Pitt and letting his charisma talk for the whole thing. And you get a bunch of races, and the cast is great, and it was just a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good mentor movie.
Yeah, good stuff, and a good sports movie.
Yeah, really good sports movie.
Yeah. So F1, it was great.
Yeah. Really fast.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Kaczynski.
Okay.
I think this man is very rapidly coming into you need to see every one of his movies sort of vibe.
Event movie,
especially going to the theaters.
Yeah.
I mean, his last movie before this was Top Gun Maverick, right?
I think so.
I don't think
it
he
was
had
only
one
a
in
few
between.
years ago.
And then he some of his early movies, whatever. But these two movies being two of the biggest movies of the past 10 years.
Yeah.
As far as blockbuster, this movie worldwide made over $600 million.
And good thing too, because it cost a lot.
Yes. Have you heard about what his next movie is going to be?
Well, I know they're doing another Top Gun at some point,
Okay,
but I'm
that's
going
one
to
of them.
say no.
Doing another Top Gun potentially, or it's in development.
Right.
I'll say I got 3. That's one of them.
Okay.
I'll say the next least, but still intriguing thing,
Okay.
a Miami Vice reboot.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. His next film, described as All the President's Men meets with UFOs. Hold on, it's an alien political conspiracy thriller.
I'm in.
I couldn't tell you, when I was looking this up, I wasn't expecting that. I mean, he did an IP thing with Top Gun. Then he did F1, which is an IP, but it's obviously appealing to the masses.
How can we make
What-
a movie more for Josh?
The first thing I saw was Miami Vice, and I was like, okay, another
All
thing.
right.
And then I saw this, and I was like, he's got it.
we're in.
We're in. Kaczynski, man. All right, let's
I'm
move
sure
on.
you know about this, but Steven Spielberg's next movie is a UFO movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one's more than confirmed.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
it's coming out
it's
next
coming
year.
out next year.
Yeah.
I don't think we've talked about it though, which is weird. But I think it's like we already bought tickets.
Yeah.
So, all right, number 2, Jack. What's your number 2?
Sinners.
Sick. I do.
I think we're both at number 2, right?
Nope.
Oh.
I'm at number 1. So
Oh,
I mean, we
nice.
can talk about it now if you want, or we can just talk about
No,
it.
we'll wait.
Okay, I have it
Sinners,
higher.
I got number 2.
I have it higher. So I will do my number 2, which is a little movie called Ephus. It's a baseball movie. It's directed by Carson Lund. True ensemble cast. I recognize a couple faces, but honestly, I didn't know any of the actors, so I'm sorry. Just Google it if you want to know the actors. Bad job by me. It's a great baseball movie. It's for baseball fans. This was, my baseball story.
Just do it.
We are big Oakland A's fans, and the Oakland A's left. So my baseball fandom, which was extreme, as you know-
Extreme. Let me tell y'all, this man was more than invested. I mean, it's a big thing in our family. We're all invested. Our father was invested. We all kind of have different personalities as far as investing with things. I'd say Josh's is pretty obsessive.
Oh,
As you can see with his movie fandom and physical media
yeah.
acquirement.
I get into something and I get into it hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the Oakland A's, it was even more than that. It was emotionally investment. It was every year when we're going into the new year, it was like, this is our year. Not necessarily, but, he'd have it all down.
Yeah, I mean, our dad's been going to the Coliseum since the late 60s, and he taught us to, he took us to ball games, and, we would go to every opening day. I'd probably go to 20 games a year.
Yeah.
It's just a huge part of our lives.
Yep. Big core memories.
Core memories.
I would say that part of the difference is, or not the difference, but I'm easily like, the A's move and I don't know what to do. And you, who is the core A's person, honestly, at this point, even above our father, are like, I'm out. Then it's like, I guess I'm out too. That's the type of.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to like dictate what other people should do. It's your,
No,
I know you've said that.
That's who I am in this situation. And
yeah, for me, I mean, the Coliseum, I'm not even talking about the movie yet. The Coliseum shithole that it was my favorite place on earth.
Yeah, 100%.
Just without a doubt. And they broke my heart, and I have not watched a baseball game since. It's been a year and a half. I don't follow the A's anymore, and it's been really hard to even talk about baseball. This is hard now, I got to be honest.
Yeah. I get that.
So
and that's part of the reason I'm continuing to talk about it, is because it's good.
Yeah.
It's good to talk about it. I'm sorry that you're going through this, but it's a very interesting thing that this situation is extremely rare. You know what I mean?
I do.
There are the history behind the Oakland A's and the fact that it's leaving is pretty uncomparable. I mean, with the Raiders leaving, it was like they had already left. They had come and gone, and it was a big thing, blah, blah, blah. With, I don't know, I can't think of that many examples where this sort of thing happens. But with Oakland itself, it's just like this community that is so intense. And the fact that they are leaving because of money is just so against what the Oakland A's was. We would make huge decisions. Like the whole Moneyball thing is based off of not doing things revolving around money. Well, I guess it is doing around things.
Working around money.
But anyways.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably a separate podcast unto itself. It's just a big bummer, and I'm not super angry. I'm just sad, and like I have trouble talking about it even now. People bring it up to me sometimes on the street. I know we've talked about it a little bit. I talked about it with our family. I really don't talk about it that much except with Becky, who is like, been very supportive through all this, and we're making a big deal out of it. But to me, it is a big deal.
No, it's a huge deal.
It's my whole life has changed around, and I know that sounds weird and contrived talking about a baseball team.
Imagine if the Yankees of course it's the Yankees,
well,
but
I'm
imagine
saying,
if the Yankees moved to a different state, and all of New York had to just deal with that. That's Oakland. I mean, that's what Oakland is dealing with. It's been there forever. We have all this history.
I'm more saying from someone who doesn't follow baseball or sports. This probably sounds hyperbolic, but just to say, for me, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And so I haven't really watched anything baseball, and I heard this movie was good, and I decided to throw it on against some of my better judgment. Just to set the scene. It's about a rec league baseball team who are playing their last game at their home field, which is being torn down to have a school built over it. So it's not even like a bad thing.
Yeah, like not a negative thing.
Not like a power plant or something. It's a school for education. And it's a bunch of these people that are not at their peak physical existence playing their last baseball game. And the whole movie is beginning to end just this one baseball game. It's fabulous. It's a wonderful movie for baseball people. I encourage people who are not into baseball to watch it because I still think it will hit. And it's about the loss of some sort of baseball culture, which was, again, it was very hard for me, and it's really funny, and it's really raunchy, and
it is?
Well, baseball, locker room talk or whatever, or dugout talk, I guess. It's not really raunchy, but they're swearing the whole time. It's just great stuff. And it feels like a baseball game, and there's lots of inside jokes that I still think would land even if you're not a huge baseball fan, and it's done in a really interesting way. And you get a little bit of everybody's lives without getting a huge backstory about everything. You just kind of get everybody's motivations. It's shot really interesting. I thought it was fabulous, and I cried like 5 times, and it was. I just thought it was a great movie, and it certainly hasn't got me back into baseball, but it was a nice little Band-Aid to put on a huge gaping wound. So I really enjoyed it a lot, and thought about it, put it in my number 1, but I thought it was fabulous.
Yeah.
Ephus is a great movie. Also, the Ephus pitch is a big, slow looping curveball that's supposed to distract the hitter because it's so slow. And that's kind of like they like play that into the movie.
Change-up curveball sort of thing?
Kind of. Just like an overly slow curveball that messes with the timing, which is kind of like a, they kind of tie that into the microcosm of the movie about how baseball kind of like slows down time and all these people are in different parts in their lives and it's all the same, but like everything's changing, but things still stay the same in baseball. And it was just
Love
really
that.
great. It was fantastic. So
I'm sorry I haven't watched it.
that's okay. I'm sorry I haven't watched some of your movies. But yeah, it was, we just got really serious here, but yeah, baseball is a huge part of my life that's not there anymore. And, I'm like kind of like trying to steady my voice a little bit as we talk, but it was a great movie. And I encourage everybody.
And when we talked about this episode,
it's a great movie. I encourage everybody to watch it.
I personally think that there's, something there in appreciating baseball as a thing.
Yeah.
For you, I'm talking about.
Oh.
I think there's still a life there. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Baseball is, think about umpires. Umpires got to like do their job. They probably like baseball.
Yeah. Who knows what the baseball relationship is down the road, but for now it's, heart's broken.
But it can exist in Ephus. That's what I'm saying.
It can exist in Ephus.
And
to your point, I can't even watch Moneyball anymore. Can't do it. Great movie. I can't watch it.
Yeah, of course.
Heartbreaking.
We're in the first season of them being gone.
Yeah.
It is a open wound for sure.
Yeah. And it has not dulled in any way.
And it
like when
won't.
I don't think it will.
they're in Vegas now. They're not there yet, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Jason asked, he was like, hey, we should go to Vegas and play cards.
Jeez.
And I was like, I will never go to Las Vegas.
Yeah,
and he was like,
told me that
why?
too.
I was like, I had to explain it to him. He's like, I'm sorry. I was like, that's okay. I forgive you. Anyway.
Okay. My number 1 film of the first half of the year is Eddington.
Yeah.
Directed by Ari Aster, starring Joaquin Phoenix, Pedro Pascal, Emma Stone, Austin Butler. It is essentially a political conspiracy, dark comedy, modern Western thriller set during COVID.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah.
And I was very entertained.
Yep.
This was kind of one of those perfect examples of something I've talked about in previous episodes on this pod. I love when I'm watching a movie and right off the bat, I could not tell you what was coming next. And essentially every creative decision made, I just like give a chuckle, like, what the heck am I watching right now?
Yeah.
But never disagree with it, which is kind of rare. Yeah. Usually one of those things is off.
Right.
To quote Ari Aster on this movie, he said, I wanted to make a movie about what it feels like to live in a world where nobody agrees on what is happening. I think it does this perfectly.
Yeah.
Which is most likely the reason why people don't like it.
Yeah.
I was kind of bummed about the PR behind this movie.
What do you mean?
Or not the PR. Oh, sorry. Not the PR. I was bummed about like the negative thing that kept on being talked about, which was that it didn't take a side.
Oh.
And I feel like that made people not want to watch it because it made it feel like it was wishy-washy as far as what it was trying to say. As far as if someone is reading a review and it was like, oh, it's complicated because you really don't know who is or like what you're trying to feel, which I think is the side that it's trying to take, which is that we're in this position of two political parties that assume that you need to be in some sort of agreement with both, or not necessarily that, but just that you can't disagree with certain sides based off of another.
Yeah, I'll jump in there. And I don't necessarily think so we had slight disagreements on this via text. I don't necessarily think it's a negative thing that like I don't think they're taking a political view necessarily. If there is a political view, meaning right or left, I think it slightly skews left. But
yeah, I think it definitely skews left. I think watching this, I think there's small satirical leftist comments, but I think for the most part, it's very much just like painting the absurdist qualities of the right.
See, I think they're painting the absurdist qualities of both sides, to be honest. And that's why I don't think, politically speaking, it's taking a side. And I don't think that's a negative thing to say at all. I don't view that as like something. Now, I'm not reading the same things you're reading, but what I read about it not taking a side politically, I don't think that's a negative thing at all.
I don't think it's a negative thing either. I think that that's what hurt it from being seen. I think people's reviews trying to say that and honestly not totally understanding where everything was coming from. I think if all the reviewers were just like, this is a movie that it just like paints this really anxiety driven and like this like fear in society and culture right now where you don't know what is happening.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know that I see it the same way. I definitely think it's painting a bleak view on how we have a relationship to social media and how we relate with empathy towards other people specifically. I mean, the deal with the homeless person, he's like the first shot of the movie. And then both sides treat him differently, but, abhorrently. Which I think it's more of a commentary on how society has sort of lost the plot on what's really important rather than taking a side on the left or the right. I mean, you're right. The main character is, certainly more of a right-swinging character, and he does some terrible. I don't want to spoil anything, but he's not a good guy.
No,
you sympathize him and empathize him with in the beginning of the movie, and then things change.
Right,
but
they string along that sympathy for a while. And
yeah, they do. Yeah, but then at the end, the terrorist group is clearly a left-swinging terrorist group, and so I don't know that you can necessarily think that the movie itself is taking one side or the other politically. That's all I'm saying. And I think that is kind of intelligently done. Like, I think they bring up a lot of really good social commentary and have a critique of it and a satire on it without necessarily swinging politically one way or the other. Whether you enjoy the movie is kind of up to each viewer. It made me uncomfortable the whole time. It's a COVID era movie. It's hard going back to that. I don't think I've seen a lot of people saying it's too soon to go back to that. I don't agree with that at all.
I'm super into it. I'm the type to be like, I would love, like, I just want to see a COVID movie.
I don't necessarily.
Give it to me.
I don't want to, but like, I don't think
if I'm going to get this one, it's going to be like, hell yeah.
Well, see, I disagree. I mean, I didn't dislike it, but it didn't like, I wasn't like, ooh, cool, this great COVID movie. It made me uncomfortable. So, which I think was the objective. I mean, the Ari Aster, his movies make you uncomfortable. That's like the whole point.
Yeah.
And it was fine. The performances were good. Personally, for me, it was just hard to watch, and I think I need to rewatch it, but I don't know that when I'm going to want to rewatch it. And to wrap up my point earlier, I don't think there should be a limit on when or how you should tell a story. Art is art. If you want to tell a COVID story, you should, it's never too soon. It's risky to do it, I guess, from an audience perspective, but like, I've seen some people say this is way too soon. He shouldn't have made this. I don't agree
No.
with that at all. It's
Yeah.
it's his choice.
Yeah.
He makes a piece of art.
Right. And I don't think he is as political as this is. I don't think that that's what he is going for in a weird way. I think he is going more social and cultural.
Well, that was my point too. He's telling two sides of the political spectrum, but I don't think he's taking a side. And the point is that we are, as a society, too much, viewing. Well, let me start over. As a society, I think the movie is saying that we view things too much in a political lens when we should be viewing things in a more cultural lens.
Okay, but not taking a side makes it sound like you're going to see something in this movie that makes you feel like the right wing people are correct. And there's
I just fundamentally disagree with that. And so this I don't want to get all nerdy on it, but in my first ever class at college that was a media literacy class, there was a statement that has still stuck with me, and that is a message is both sending and receiving. I say they're not taking a side, and you're hearing that means that the right is getting a side. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the movie doesn't take a side, left or right, which means it's not swinging right. I think it's pretty down the middle.
I disagree.
Okay, that's fine if you disagree, but
I don't think it's down the middle. I think it's a pretty harsh. I think everything like that it's commenting on is that almost that the right is dominating everything. I think that there are moments of satirical comments on the left, but like I don't think there's anything in this movie that's like you should agree with the right wing.
Nor did I say that.
No, I know, but I do think that there are things in this movie that say that you should agree with the left wing.
I guess I
think it's like I feel like it's a huge commentary on the Republican belief in the way that they do things, and I think there's like a little comments on the left wing side.
Okay, I mean, I saw it differently, so we're probably never going to agree on that. I don't think it's painting the Republican or the right wing in a positive light at all. Let me be clear, but I also don't think they're painting the Democrat or left wing in a positive light at all either. I think it's pretty ugly on both sides. I think it's a bleak picture of the political landscape as a whole, and it's saying that we're all viewing things through a bad lens on this. That's kind of how I took it. And having said that, I didn't dislike the movie, but I didn't like it nearly as much as you did.
Yeah.
And it made me uncomfortable. Which again, pretty sure that's what he's going for.
The second time I watched it, I was laughing way more. Yeah. Actually, because I knew when I could laugh. You know what I mean? Like in context of like the whole movie.
Yeah.
Like I felt like I was laughing a lot the first time I saw it, like 30 minutes in to like an hour in.
Yeah.
And the second time I watched it, I was like laughing right away.
Nice.
And then was more observant of like it not being funny, like more down the line.
I watched it with Becky, who did not like it. And
what did she think?
She just didn't like it. She was like, this is a movie that made me uncomfortable. I didn't want to be in a COVID. She'd say a lot of the things that we're saying. I mean, she didn't say that like he shouldn't have made this because it's a COVID movie, but she just didn't want to relive
I don't get
that.
the COVID thing. What's wrong with the COVID thing?
Well, that was a pretty rough time for everybody to be stuck in the house for like 2 years, and nobody wants to go back and live that.
And Apocalypse Now was made like Vietnam War was still going on.
I wasn't even born when Apocalypse Now was made.
Well, I'm just saying, it's like one of the greatest films ever made. You can make stuff right away.
She's not saying you can't. She's saying she didn't want to relive it. That's, if you're going to make something that's controversial and timely like that, you got to understand that not everybody wants to go to live through that headspace again. That's, and again, I don't think he's trying to make a huge blockbuster. I think he's trying to make the art piece that he wants to make, and he has every right to do so. But it's understandable that certain people don't want to go live through that headspace again. That was pretty rough, and it affected everybody on Earth. And it's,
I think the way...
Not only that, it's like a really uncomfortable movie. You're not rooting for, but it's everybody in the movie sucks.
Yeah,
it's not like there's someone you can latch onto. There's no inherent goodness in this movie. So it's a pretty rough watch, and so she didn't like it.
Yeah. I think I found comfort in all of those dynamics together. Like, okay, I'm seeing a COVID movie. I'm seeing a polarizing movie. It's contained in this small town. It's obviously abstract and gets incredibly violent. And all that together just made me accept it more. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like,
I guess, yeah.
I feel like
that's
in
cool.
that presentation, I can kind of, I don't know. It felt like Fargo a little bit. It felt like COVID Fargo or something, where even though I didn't know what was going to happen, I felt like I could like put myself in the cinematic space of what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And enjoyed the thrill ride and enjoyed all of the conflicting feelings that I was feeling. I like being challenged in a space like that. And I think the cinematography and the dialogue and the comedy and the thrills made, like, it was challenging me in a way that all of those aspects made me like comfortable. Is like I'm watching No Country for Old Men, something like that.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, what I was going to say is she did not like that movie, but I was laughing at a bunch of the things early on in the movie, and she was just like
Stone face.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, should I be laughing at this?
Yeah.
Like, so that kind of rings true to what you were saying for the second
I had
time.
I had one laugh out loud in the theater that not a lot of other people laughed at.
Yeah. Well, that's funny too, because every time I go to a theater, I would say 99% of the time, there's at least something I laugh at that nobody else laughs at in the theater. And you know me, I have a loud laugh.
Yeah,
And everybody's like,
me
what
too.
the fuck?
I have a loud laugh. I'm not as loud as you, but I have a loud laugh.
So anyway, in Eddington, interesting movie. It's polarizing. I kind of hope that it has a lifespan at least, because I do think it's an interesting movie. And I think more people should see it.
Yeah. I think that's a big point of mine. I don't want people to like think that they're going to be watching something that is trying to infect them with bad ideas. I don't think that that's what's happening.
Yeah, but again,
No, I know.
Okay.
But when people hear that it's not taking a side, they are naturally, even though that's not what you mean, that's what people are going to assume. Like if I heard that, I'd be like, well, I don't want to watch a bunch of movies with right-wing politics in it, so I'm not going to watch it. But that's not this movie at all. I'd say, if anything, it's hard left-leaning with some controversial opinions about how people deal with the left. I mean, I think one of the big things about the movie...
No, keep talking.
Is that, the kid wants to join the BLM movement because he's interested in a girl, but doesn't actually believe in it the whole time. And I don't think that that's a comment on the left or the BLM movement. I think that's a comment on humans, and that they can manipulate good ideas for their own personal gain. And the dude ends up being a political right-wing like person at the end of the movie, and
right,
is evil and a bad guy.
Right.
I guess I think that's one of the things that people are like, oh, this is a comment on the BLM movement. And I don't think it is. I think it's a comment on people who don't know what they're doing.
Which is, again, what I said. I said it's not taking a side, and it's kind of commenting on how we're viewing things.
No, it's not what you're saying. I'm telling the people that they don't have to worry as much as maybe that they would think, and that they should go watch this movie.
Yeah. Okay.
And think about it in terms of...
Everybody should go watch this movie. It's at the very least interesting, even though I'm kind of mid on it. All right. My number one is your number two.
My number two
is Sinners. Sinners, written and directed by Ryan Coogler, stars Michael B. Jordan as twin brothers, Smoke and Stack. Plays two characters in this movie. It also stars Haley Steinfeld, Miles Caton, I'm not sure, and I think his first ever on-screen performance. Jack O'Connell, Wunmi Mosaku. Am I pronouncing that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Jamie Lawson, Omar Benson Miller, and Delroy Lindo, our guy.
Our guy.
Yeah.
Delroy kills it.
He's great.
I mean,
in this
he's
movie.
going for it every once in a while. He's
He really is.
a little over the top sometimes, but it works.
Yeah, he's awesome. It's what can I say? I mean, you probably heard about it. It's absolutely amazing. It's an awesome period piece, an awesome gangster movie, and a sick vampire movie. I mean, just great, beautiful to look at, awesome genre filmmaking.
Incredibly shot. I think there's a good chance. I know I said this with Battle After Another, but I think there's a good chance this does very well at the Oscars.
I do too. I mean, considering costume and
Writing,
special effects, writing,
cinematography is incredible.
set design, it's great. Everything's great.
Yeah. I had some proclivities on my first watch in the theaters, which I was in IMAX, and I was close to the screen. And had to pee a couple times.
Yeah.
So I was a little unsure the first time as far as the ending because I'm not a big horror movie. I don't really care about vampires. When talking about From Dusk Till Dawn, I love the Quentin Tarantino half of that movie, and I don't love the vampire part of that movie.
Right.
That's a direct correlation in this.
It is.
I think we talked about it in a previous podcast where I was like, I think
it's a little Dusk Till Dawn.
I think and it's like, no, he was definitely going for that. But on my second viewing, I had like no proclivities. In fact, I think that the ending vampire part was almost a little too quick.
That's interesting.
I don't think I liked that it existed only in the barn.
Yeah, you said that last time.
But I think it should have gone out a little longer or something. And the fact that they did probably the most important scene in the movie after part of the credits was a very interesting choice.
Very interesting choice.
It is literally that scene comes on and I'm like, I get it. This is the best.
Yeah. That's interesting you say about the timing of the vampire section because I put it on Twitter or TikTok or something, and it was a clip. It was a clip of our previous episode, whenever that was, about you talking about the last act of Sinners.
Yeah,
and someone was and someone was like, "Oh, a little short," and I was like, "What do you mean by that?" And I was like, "Oh, I just wish it dragged out longer."
Yeah,
the last part with the vampires.
Right.
So that's funny that you say that now.
No, the first time I thought it dragged. I was just like, "What are we doing?" And then the second time, I was like,
"More vampires."
This happens pretty quickly. I don't know if I need more battle, but as far as what's happening, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree. As far as getting the vampires into the story, it happens very quickly, and then all of a sudden we're hurtling to the finish line.
Or it's a slow burn. And then
that's what I meant. It's a slow burn, and then it escalates very quickly. You're right. I want to clarify. You're right.
But man,
great stuff.
Great stuff.
It's just really fun.
So many good performances.
Yeah.
Visually incredible.
It's my clear. I mean, obviously, I put it number one. It's my clear movie to beat for best movie.
What's your favorite scene?
What's your? I mean, I don't know if it's my favorite, but we have to talk about the crazy sweeping music scene throughout the.
Yeah.
I mean,
the scene
that people know.
Loved it. That was when I was sold on the menu.
This is
on the menu on the movie.
Yeah. It's awesome, and the camera work is great. I don't really know how they filmed it, and it's like a, magical realism thing where different musical performers are all in this room at the same time, and that's the whole point of the musical sequence.
Yeah.
Sign
me up for magical
he's
realism.
playing so well that it's crossing time and space to reach other musical artists. That was great. I loved the ending scene when he kind of gets retribution. I don't know how much we want to say retribution on the KKK members. And then I liked a lot of the scenes in the beginning.
Yes.
And Jack O'Connell, who plays the main vampire, is great.
Jack O'Connell's incredible. I love the scene where they're singing.
Yeah. That's a good scene too.
Gosh, so good. And it's
Rocky
spooky.
Road to Dublin.
Rocky Road to Dublin just kills me.
Yeah, it's good. I like the whole movie.
Yeah.
There's nothing bad.
Is that the scene where the Haley Steinfeld thing happened? Yeah, that's the Haley Steinfeld scene, right?
What Haley Steinfeld scene? I don't remember. I
Never
haven't
mind.
seen it in a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, great performances. Looks great. Music is great. No notes, man. I thought it was awesome.
I'd say my favorite scenes were probably the Delroy Lindo in the jalopy with the kid.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I love, like I said, I love the post-credit scene.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. That's
Yeah.
a great scene.
Rocky Road to Dublin.
I love when the brothers get there in the beginning, too, and they're just, like, handling business.
He did an incredible job at the... Also, Ryan Coogler did an incredible job at the twins thing.
Yeah. It looks great. You never
looks
second
great.
guess it.
It's funny, as you're watching the movie, you don't have like a separation really between them, but
Yeah.
looking back, I'm like, wait, which one is which? But
Yeah.
that's not happening during the movie.
No. It's great.
Yeah.
Sinners, man. It's awesome.
Yeah. Believe what you've heard. If you didn't like it the first time, watch it a second time.
Nobody didn't like it the first time.
Right.
Can one battle after another take the crown? We'll see.
I'm hopeful.
I am too. I have big hopes for this movie. There's Moon.
Yeah, Moon's here.
So we'll see.
Too big of hopes?
I don't know. I do that. So there's I mean, we talked about it. There's a lot of movies, a lot of what seem to be good movies coming out later in the year. Sinners is the clear one to beat for me.
Honorable mentions?
Okay.
At one point, I had Happy Gilmore 2 on my top 5.
I haven't watched it yet. I want to watch it.
We've talked a lot about, not having the same comedy film selection as we did in past years. Or...
Yeah, they don't make big studio comedies like they used to.
Right. Or just straight across the line comedy movies. And this felt like that. I was really pleasantly surprised. I was laughing through that whole movie. I think there's a lot of really good like bits that are constant throughout the movie. Didn't think it was too dumb.
That's
Adam
awesome.
Sandler, I think, is in his bag right now, so it
Yeah.
worked.
Adam Sandler season. I had as honorable mentions that I thought about Phoenician Scheme, Superman,
Yes.
Mickey 17, and Black Bag.
Haven't seen Mickey 17.
Oh, it's good.
Black Bag was good.
Yeah, solid.
I don't think we liked it as much as everybody else did.
we did not, which is why it was the last of my honorable mentions.
Yeah.
But I did like Phoenician Scheme a lot. I like Superman.
Phoenician Scheme was
Mickey
good.
17, it's not Bong Joon-ho's best, but it was fun. I liked it.
Didn't see it.
Yeah, it's available on Max.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure it was when I watched it. So, I mean, there's some movies that got close, but
I watched Warfare.
Oh yeah,
Would highly recommend it.
yeah, I want to watch it.
It is I think it's very Black Hawk Downy
I like Black Hawk Down.
with all the other bits cut out.
Oh.
It is an hour and a half of one little conflict.
Nice.
And
Yeah, I want to check it out.
I wasn't sure exactly how it would be wrapped up, and it just stops as soon as you get in the clear.
Jeez, I guess I don't need to watch it.
Well, you don't know what in the clear is. I'm just saying it's a tight movie where you love process movies.
I do love process movies.
And this is the biggest process movie. I was watching this being like, I feel like they're on the floor of a retail market, the way that they're like calling back to each other. It's, lots going on that I feel like I haven't seen in other war movies.
nice. I want to check it out. I don't think Becky's going to like that movie, so I have to choose my moments.
It's really good.
Awesome. 2025, man.
Yeah, it's
Halfway
shaping up to
through
be
it.
good. I think we got a lot more good things coming.
Man, we got big
It's about
episodes
to-
coming. We're gonna do Oscar episodes
Yeah.
and check-ins regularly, and probably sometime next year we'll do our top movies of the year
Yeah, I'd say in the next coming months, you're probably going to get a lot of
updates.
new things
Updates.
and updates and lists involving new movies.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. So 2025, I mean, we're a little bit halfway through the year, but we're a little bit more than halfway.
Movies
through
might
the
be
year.
back.
I think. Well, I want to touch on this earlier. I guess might as well get it right in the end. I also don't feel like there's a bunch of great TV out right now, and so the fact that we're getting some cool movies might be back.
Yeah, I'm a big TV person. There is a lull, but I
It's been a lull.
also wonder if there's going to be seasons like there are with movies. I mean, there's obviously seasons of television shows, but
I mean, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Like we're in a down period.
Right. And we're approaching movies.
I'm telling you.
Maybe it's in now that there's these streaming conglomerates that are
Boo.
involved in the movies as well.
Yeah.
They know that we're going into movie season. So we're going into not a lot of TV shows to make you watch the movies.
I'm into that.
But at the beginning of the year, we had Severance, we had White Lotus, we had,
Man, they're just running out of ideas. I don't know.
never.
Never. All right, we're wrapping it up. 2025, go see some movies.
Yep.
It's going to be great. What are we doing next?
We're doing physical media next week.
Yeah. We're thinking about doing a Criterion-specific episode
Just going to talk about the things that we have.
and things that we like.
How many Criterion movies do you have?
Oh, I don't know. I'll have an answer for you.
Give me
Next
a
50?
Over
70? I don't know.
50 Criterion movies?
35? I don't know. It could be anything.
So more than 10.
It's significantly.
All right, maybe we shouldn't do this. I'm joking, but I have at most 10.
Well, I'll have an answer for you next week, regardless of whether we do this episode.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Everybody. We'll see you later.